Welcome to Silverstone. We're here for the Marangoni Tyres Production BMW Championships in association with QuickFit. The weather is glorious. Looks set to be a fantastic day of racing. Hope you enjoy the show. The Marangoni Tyres Production BMW Championship has been running since 2004. I caught up with a couple of the guys who've been racing since the start. Christian, thank you very much for joining us. So how long have you been in this series for?
This is my fourth year racing with the production BMWs, and it's been fantastic actually. There's been quite a lot of changes over the years, and I've noticed that certainly over the last couple of years. Not least the tyre supply this year, the Marangoni tyres. We've been on Toyos for about 3 or 4 years before that. Everyone was very, very nervous about switching tyres because you get the car set up how you want it on a particular tyre. So it was quite a big call to change the tyres. But I've got to say, second, third race in this season on the Marangonis, everyone's been incredibly impressed with the tyres. Everyone's going faster, unbelievably. So, well, most people, not so much me, but a bit of work to do there. But no, it's been a fantastic 3 years, and it's a fantastic championship.
So when did you join the series?
I joined it in 2004, which was the year it started. There was about 18 of us that got together, decided we'd like to go racing, decided on the E30 BMW rear-wheel drive. A lot of my fellow drivers had been involved with Lotuses in C-Lock. And so the BMW was kind of natural choice, being rear-wheel drive, and we all got together and built cars and turned up at our first meeting at Linden Hill.
And of course 2012 sees the introduction of the Marangoni tyres. How has this affected the series?
Well, for me personally, it basically changed the way my car handled. Last year it was handling great, put the new tyres on and it was different, so I've had to make changes. But the tyre itself is very, very good. It's very predictable, it lasts a long time, so it was a really, really good move actually.
37 cars on the grid for this weekend's race 1 of the Production BMW Championships. Ben Winrow is on pole position, and just 0.4 of a second behind is reigning champion Toby. With just 1 second splitting the top 5, this is going to be a close race.
Certainly will be, this ultra-competitive championship, with Ben Winrow in pole position alongside him Mike Tovey, and Matthew Parks and Stuart Waite on row 2. Jack Gabriel, Alex Green. Look out, row 3, an enormous grid as ever in the Marangoni Tyres Production BMW Championship in association with QuickFit. And away we go here at Silverstone, in car with Harry Goodman. That's the white machine, and not such a good start though from Harry. He's going to be passed by a couple of people on towards Copse for the first time, but who's got the advantages? Mike Tovey from second, who leads them into Copse, with Winrow in second, then Parks in third position. Everybody cleanly through, despite there being 4 or so abreast in the midfield. Stephen Murphy gaining a couple of places off the line as he turns through Copse corner. It's still Tovey leading it under pressure from Winrow, with then Parks and Stuart Waite right on his tail. Still very, very clean start to the race. Andrew McGregor in the number 8 car in the midfield. Solid start from him. Jack Gabriel in the bright blue number 15 car, looking to make early ground as everybody accelerates down National Straight for the first time, and still Tovey leads it from Winrow, who's under now real pressure from Matthew Parks, who looks to the inside as they're all on the limit through Brooklands, but it's Winrow who holds on to second. He wants to about really pressurising Mike Tovey here. Tovey, last year's champion. Ben Winrow, former Clio Cup champion, former Arbath Trofeo champion, really looking to try and claim victory in this year's Marangoni Tyres Production BMW Championship. Trying to do the full season. In the past he's done the odd appearance where he's been very successful, but this year trying to put together a full championship campaign. But Tovey is who's able to withstand the pressure at the moment from Ben Winrow, and he's going to find it tricky to get past here. These cars very evenly matched, as running out very wide through Copse corner is Matthew Parks. Going to have to watch these drivers. We've seen lots of penalties this weekend for drivers running off the track limits. That's all 4 wheels over the white line, so will we see penalties applied in this race? Certainly not for the top 2 at the moment, because they are staying very tightly within the track boundaries. And Winrow now really piling the pressure onto Mike Tovey, accelerating down the National Straight, and Tovey's going to have to go defensive here from Ben Winrow. Winrow looking to the outside, then into Brooklands. Tovey though has got the inside line, and he's just driving a very wide car. He's making Winrow do this the hard way and try and drive around him, and that is tricky for Ben Winrow to achieve. So through Luffield, on to complete another lap, and Ben Winrow will look to snatch up through the gears now as he tries to chase down Mike Tovey into Woodcote Corner, and Tovey's pulling away a little bit from Ben Winrow, who's pulling off. Winrow's an early retirement. I can't believe that. One of the championship favourites. Ben Winrow pulls off and out of the race. Disaster for Winrow. I don't know what the problem is. Whatever it is, it struck suddenly and it struck with dramatic effect, putting Winrow immediately out of proceedings. So that gives Tovey a very slight buffer at the head of the field. Jack Gabriel and Harry Goodman a little bit further back, engaged in battle. It's Goodman in the white machine, just snatching a break, under braking into Beckett's as Warman leaps out across the curbs in his pursuit of Alex Green and Stuart Waite, and it's Waite in number 4 car coming with a little bit of pressure from the bright orange machine of Alex Green. Meanwhile, Tovey and Parks lead the way. Then it's the fight for third position with Green chasing down Waite. Still Jack Gabriel looking to try and find a way around Harry Goodman. It's been a really good start to the season for Harry Goodman. He's shown very strongly at Brands Hatch, particularly back in March. Jack Gabriel, the stalwart competitors in the championship, again having a fine turn of pace in the early stages of the 2012 season. Into Copse Corner, still Tovey leads it from Parks as they fan out once more for third position. Alan Warman, who we heard from a little bit earlier on, again a veteran campaigner in this championship, and he really knows these cars in, so that he tries to draw alongside Alex Green, accelerating on towards Beckett's. And if Warman keeps his footing, which he does, he's got the inside line for Beckett's, and he's going to gain the place, moves up into fourth position. That's a really astute move from Alan Warman. He just played that perfectly, got the run through Copse, drew alongside Alex Green, nothing that Green could do. The multicoloured vehicle of Alan Warman gains the place. Further back, we've got Kevin Welsh, who is right on the tail of Ian Turner. Turner, though, well, he's out on the podium place. There's no prizes for him today, but he is holding on to that place from Kevin Welsh. Back to the fight for third position. If anything, though, it's becoming the fight for second and third now, because Matthew Parks is just beginning to be caught a little bit, for my money, by Stuart Waite, who in turn's got a second or so's advantage over Alan Warman as they accelerate on. Another lap completed, and Mike Tovey is led pretty much every inch of this race, and it's looking very good thus far for another victory in 2012 from the reigning champion Mike Tovey. Also going well is Simon Glenn in these early stages. Then the Gabriel and Goodman battle through Copse Corner. Jack Gabriel on the limit. Will he keep the car within the boundaries? No, he doesn't. He's run out very, very wide there, and he could well be picking up a penalty for that, for not obeying the track limits. Particularly, he's able to use that momentum to his advantage, which he's able to do thus far. He draws alongside Goodman into Beckett's. Harry Goodman, though, has got the inside line, so trying around the outside, possibly he's going to be Jack Gabriel, and he's really got the speed, and he's going to draw past Goodman here, and Jack Gabriel goes through. Now I just wonder who'll get a penalty for that, because he ran very, very wide out over the track limits, and he really did use that to gain the place from Harry Goodman. Goodman, though, looking to fight back into Brooklands. He's not going to be quite close enough there. Looking very cool, calm and collected in the car, though, isn't he, Harry Goodman? And then we've got a great battle just behind Matt Swaffer, heading that train of cars. Goodman trying to draw alongside Jack Gabriel, accelerating out of Luffield, just seesawing the wheels slightly, but Gabriel a little bit more momentum out of the hairpin. He is able to pull away, as drama's a little bit further back there for Kevin Hodgin in the 19 car. Not quite a spin there for Kevin, unlike that one for Stephen Murphy. Around he goes. Here is that Matt Swaffer battle, with just trying to look to the inside, gaining the place. In fact, it's Tom Ibrahim. Now Will Miles Howard in the orange 43 car follow through, not quite able to do so. And then we've got Stephen Carter and Mark Palmer as well in that group. 5 cars then accelerating along the National Straight. Well, the introduction of the Marangoni tyre into the championship this year has really transformed the race. We've seen some super scraps throughout the field in every single race, and this encounter here on the Silverstone National Circuit is no different. Swaffer getting the place then back from Tom Ibrahim. Out of Luffield they come, and side by side, almost 3 abreast as Miles Howard tries to get his nose into the mix as well. They streak through. That's the fight for 9th position. Swaffer holds on to it at the moment just, but Ibrahim then able to seal the deal into Copse Corner, although is he? Swaffer around the outside again, almost all 4 wheels out over the track limits. He's going to have to watch that as this race progresses. Matt Swaffer, will that be enough for him to hold the place through the brief left-hander at Maggots, then into Beckett's? Ibrahim, though, holding on to the inside line in the red car. Also looking to gain ground as well is the 72 car, Stephen Carter. And Carter, in fact, really carrying momentum onto the National Straight. They almost fan out 3 wide once more. It's going to be anybody's guess as to who's going to hold the place into Brooklands, but it's Matt Swaffer who's got the inside line as Mike Tovey flashes his headlights. It's been a super drive from Tovey, and he has just got a few metres between himself and another victory in 2012. The checkered flag is ready and waiting. It comes out. Tovey takes the victory. It should be all the sweeter for the knowledge that Championship Ben Winrow failed to make the finish. Second on the line was Matthew Parks, but he has picked up a 5-second penalty, we're hearing, for not obeying the track limits. So that may turn the result on its head a little bit as the rest of them are about to finish the race. It's Swaffer who leads the train, but again, he has picked up a 5-second penalty. So in fact, it's Tom Ibrahim who claims 9th position and the victory in that little group of cars. So here are the final results. It's Tovey who wins it from Alan Warman in 2nd, Stuart Waite in 3rd, the penalty demoting Matthew Parks to 4th with Simon Glenn in 5th and Alex Green in 6th position. A delighted Mike Tovey. So the cheers, the team in the pit lane takes the top step of the podium, the trophy, the champagne and the acclaim.
Reigning champion Mike Tovey back up on top.
Yeah, it was a brilliant race. Unfortunately, Ben had some technical issues by the looks of it. Once we were battling quite close, but I seen him, it was like he missed a gear coming out the last corner, and then I seen him drop off. But after that, I just maintained the gap, and it was quite an easy victory, to be fair.
So, Alan Wildman, congratulations. Nice to see you back up on the podium.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really pleased. I mean, I started in 8th, and to end up 2nd, I'm absolutely over the moon. Everything was perfect, and I've ended up with a really good result. It's been a little while since I've been on the podium, been so close, and now I'm finally here. And I'd actually like to dedicate this position 2nd to my father, who'd love to have been here, who lives a long, long way away. So this one's for him. So we'll share this when I see him next.
I made a bit of an error going into Brooklands with Alan alongside me, which allowed him to get through. But I could see Matt got a time penalty during the race, so I was sort of keeping an eye on where he was and sort of hoping that the gap was small enough so that I just nicked 3rd and turned out that way.
Absolutely, there did seem to be quite a few battles during the race.
Yeah, I was surprised to see Ben pull off. He's obviously normally very, very reliable, but as half the battle is being reliable is to get to the finish.
Well, that is it for part 1 of the Marangoni Tyres Production BMW Championships. See you in part 2 for some more exciting racing.